Welcome to Wellness Concepts. My name is Nicole Wickberg. I'm an authorized SaladMaster dealer here in Edmonton, Alberta. And today what we're going to be teaching you how to do is rice using the little 1.5 quart. So what we're going to use is just jasmine rice because it's the one that I prefer. However, you can use brown rice, white rice, whatever kind you like. So we're just going to add some. And now this little 1.5 quart is awesome because it's one of our hosting gifts that we give away for free when people host qualified dinners with us. So you've got just a little bit of rice in there. You don't need a whole lot because it's really gonna double in size. And we're gonna try and de-starch it right now. So we're just gonna run some water through here. With jasmine rice, with white rice, you're probably gonna do this anywhere from about 4 to maybe 8 times depending on the rice. So what you do is you just run some water in it and keep rinsing it until the water runs clear. And that's going to help you de-starch the rice, especially if you're trying to lose weight, maintain weight, you're diabetic. You always want to make sure you do this with your rice. Okay. All right. So, there's a couple different ways to cook rice. I do it the really extremely easy way because I don't measure anything. You can do the traditional 1 cup rice, 2 cups water. But when I do white rice, what I do is put the water in and just put it in 1 knuckle above the rice. So don't put your finger on the bottom of the pan. Put your finger on the top of the rice and go 1 knuckle above it with water. So I need just a teeny bit more. And then the first time you do rice, if it's too mushy, go 1 wrinkle down. And if it's too crunchy, go 1 wrinkle up. So it's really an exact science. So all you do with our cookware, it's real simple. Put the lid on tight, and when you go to your stove, you're gonna turn it to a medium heat. The question I get asked all the time is, can you use high heat with your cookware? And the answer is, of course you can. Okay, it's not the cheap stuff that you go to the store and it says, caution, do not use high heat. How's that for quality? Ours is designed to use high heat if you'd like to, but that defeats the purpose of cooking our way. What we're gonna do is turn the stove on to medium heat. So what we do is we show you how to save money on your power bill as well. And on medium heat, what's gonna happen, the pan is gonna heat up. We're gonna wait for a little vapor bell to start to click. And it's gonna activate at 187, and that is gonna tell us basically turn your stove on down to low, okay? So for those of you that have a saran top stove, what you're gonna do, medium traditionally, if you have a really hot saran top, is gonna be 4. If you have a cooler one or an average one, it's gonna be about 5. If you have a coil stove, I typically find those a little cooler. Start medium as 5 to maybe 6. And then if you have a gas stove is when the flame just touches the bottom. You don't need it going up and around. You just need it just touching the bottom, and that's gonna be your medium heat. So you're gonna turn it on to medium, wait for it to click, and turn it down to low. Also, if you have a coil stove, you might notice on this one, or pardon me, a saran top stove, you have burners that are 1 or 2 burners, okay? When you have a smaller pan, you don't have to use the huge burner. You can just use the inside burner as well. So now, all you do is medium, click low, and we're gonna wait for it to click, and then we're gonna turn it on down to low. All right, so now it's clicking nice and steady, so you want a nice rapid click. So you're gonna turn your stove down to low. So low on the average stove is low, the lowest setting. However, if you find that you have a colder stove, you're gonna wanna turn it up to maybe 1 or 2. And you need it to stop clicking because that's what happens, and the lid will suck down, and it creates a semi-vacuum, and it goes into the vacuum basically and cooks faster. So you need it to actually stop clicking. So if you have it on the lowest possible setting, on the lowest burner, and it still clicks steady, you wanna pull it off your stove a little bit. Half on, half off, it'll still continue to cook because of the even heat conduction that we have for our thermal core. So you just need it to stop clicking, go into the vacuum, then basically it works like a little mini convection oven, and it cooks from the top down, bottom up, and sides in. And rice really takes typically 10 to 15 minutes just for a jasmine rice. You can't overcook it, that being said. So if your partner or your spouse is home late, maybe they're gonna be an hour late, they're stuck in traffic on the white mud, then all you do, you just leave it in low and it won't ruin your meal. So again, you need to push it a little bit until it stops clicking, it goes into the vacuum, and you're good. So on some stoves, because the stove does not stay on the whole entire time, it regulates heat. It'll kick on, it'll kick off. Sometimes your valve will click, which is not a big deal. You just do not want it to be clicking steady the entire time for you. So if it clicks occasionally, no big deal, but for the most part, you don't want to hear it because that means that, again, you're cooking now fast in the semi-vacuum. So now we're good to go. So 10-15 minutes and we'll be ready to serve you the rice.